Food. Eat. Oh, well. I'm trying to get this walk out of the way before the rain really start up again. And you can hear the birds. They're trying to get it too. Hey, what's up, Susanna? How you doing? The boys. Much love. I always wonder where the birds be going to when it's raining. I know they hide inside the trees, but these trees are pretty barren right now. But they have their ways. What is it? Nature provides. But this is a quick walk. I'm walking in between the raindrops. Oh, it's not morning yet. See? Well, technically it is because it's AM, but I don't call it morning until the sun comes up. And I really don't call it morning until I wake up. But how are you doing? Everything good over there? Hold on. My apologies if I'm coming off loud. Ooh, feels so lovely out here. Hmm, I'll try. A little bit anyway. I won't try too hard. Look at that scenery. Oh wait, no. If I remember correctly, it's this. There it is. Yeah, I'm just trying to avoid the rain. Makes it real dangerous out here. Hmm. I woke up. So, yep, very. I have to be careful. I really need to watch that Into the Lost Land movies. I'm a Dave Bautista fan. He's one of the few actors I enjoy that came out of the world of wrestling. Probably because he took his craft seriously. Yeah, it's dark because the sun isn't up yet and the clouds are blocking everything. So right now I'm basically just making do, but that is okay because I travel better in the dark. I don't like being in the light. What's that saying? Abashed the devil stood in the light and found how horrible it was for him. I'm not the devil though. That seems like a lot of work. Oh snap! What up, PMC? How you been? I've been working so much. Getting ready. I got to leave town in a few days. I think I got like what's today? Officially Monday. Yeah, I got a week left. Then I'm gone. Sprained your back at work and been working. And you've been sick. I've been sick too, sir. I didn't sprain my back, thank goodness. I hope you're okay. You know, given the circumstances. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a week away. I got to go back to my home city. I got to go back home to my old city. My kids miss me. My nephews and nieces miss me. I'm gonna hang out with them. Plus, I got to go out there to go pick up a bunch of paperwork. And to you as well, PMC. And to you as well. The reason why I titled this "Walking in Between the Raindrops" is actually funny. It's an Iceberg Slim reference. She said, "How am I supposed to be out there and not get wet while I'm trying to get the money?" Well, then walk in between the raindrops so that you don't get wet. In this case, I think I got like another half hour before it starts raining again. So I'm really just trying to spice that time out. One Punch Man, then Demon Slayer. Oh yeah, Demon Slayer. You know that Infinite Castle gonna be dropping in July in Japan. But in America, or most of the Western world, it's gonna be in September. I'm waiting. You know what I got hooked on, as a matter of fact? I've been watching and rewatching Castlevania. Yeah, Castlevania rocks. I even like Nocturne. I only got one criticism, unlike everybody else who got several. Where's Simon Belmont? Sorry, the only Simon Belmont adaptation that we got is from Captain N, the Game Master, and he ain't it. Even though I love that character, I like him being a money hungry diva. But yeah, did you watch Nocturne? Nocturne just dropped like their second season of Nocturne just dropped a few months ago, I believe. I'm just saying, I need the Belmonts. I need Simon. I do like Richter, and I do love me some Alucard. Trevor was awesome, but remember, the first character that we were introduced to in the world of the Belmonts was Simon. Hold on. Ah, One Piece. Ah, well, Samurai Champloo is a great go-to. One Piece. I like the live action show. I am not a fan of the actual anime. I appreciate the anime, but I don't like it. Visually, it does nothing for me. Plus, it takes forever. It's like I'm watching Dragon Ball Z all over again. But that also goes with my problem on what's a happy medium anyway. Because the first season of Castlevania was too short. So who am I to criticize? Oh, well, I just don't like Naruto. I'm not gonna lie. I've explained that. I even said on I said that on a video. Like the first video that got me like, I said my problem with Naruto. It was the first video I did when it made like 2,000 views in less than an hour. It was weird. But I was just saying, I'm like, all these supposed ninjas, and the only martial artist is like Mike Guy and Rock Lee. Everybody else, I'm like, y'all ain't no ninjas. Y'all are wizards. Hey, mine, how you doing? Well, as much of a fan of him as I am, being my Chicago bro, I could also say that eh, I don't hold his opinion much for much anyway. Somebody said it best. He the kind of person that'll look at you cross-eyed because you watched the dubbed anime instead of the sub. And me, I can care less how you get it as long as you get it. Because when I was growing up in the States, we didn't have no choice. We got what they gave us. I saw Dragon Ball on a whim. My first two anime movies that I bought were on video cassette was Vampire Hunter D and Ninja Scroll. I didn't check to see if they had the Japanese with the English subtitles. They're just the first things I bought. Plus, sometimes I prefer the dub over the sub just for the voices. Mm. Exactly. Things have changed. When I used to watch Sailor Moon with my little cousin, I wasn't going, now you know, this is not the subtitled one. They might cut some stuff out. She didn't care. She was like 5 and it was her favorite show. And I ain't gonna turn down no bonding with my cousin however I can bond. Speaking of which, the show I've been into, because I've been reading the manga, is Sakamoto Days. It's kind of like a John Wick meets the Equalizer kind of deal. And of course, I'm still waiting for them to finish Berserk. I mean, that thing's been going on for longer than I've been alive, I think. Well, no, it hasn't. But heck, Vampire Hunter D is still an ongoing series. And I brought that up just to say that I was surprised. I'm like, man, 40 years ago that came out. 40 years ago, one of my favorite anime. It wasn't 40 years ago that I bought it. I was a kid when I bought it, but I'm not even 40 now. Well, it hasn't been 40 years since I bought it, is what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, see? Tenchi Muyo, ironically, well, coincidentally, since you brought it up, that's the third anime I ever bought. It was Tenchi Muyo in Love, Tenchi in Tokyo. And I didn't know much about it. I remember this arcade I used to go to in Koreatown out in Vegas. This guy would always bring in these movies because, he'd buy them, import and all that. So I would see Tenchi Muyo, but I didn't really get to watch it because we were playing video games, but I knew what it was. So I ended up buying that movie, and then it showed up on the Sci-Fi Network. But I love Tenchi Muyo. I think that's like one of the OG of harem animation, too. Like one of the originals. It's just like Cutie Honey is the pioneer of magical girls. Kind of funny that the pioneer of a lot of these tropes came from one guy. Yeah, me too, Ryoko. We got something in common. Ryoko, and actually, I take that back. I don't ever remember her name. Keone's friend, the blonde one. What was her name? I always had a soft spot for her because she was adorable. Hey, Caitlin. Oh, you like Sasami, or as they called her, Pretty Sammy, the little wizard magician? No, I'm talking about Keone's best friend, the other space police officer. What was her name? Hey, Caitlin, just sitting here chopping it up with PMC. And mine is up in here too, so this is cool. And if Marlena catches any of this, she'll hear all the boys. They're out here sneaking before the rain drops again, too. All right, this is breaking my brain. What the heck was her name? Mihoshi. Her name is Mihoshi. It was making me mad. I knew it started with an M. I don't know, but on YouTube they've been playing a lot. There's a couple of channels they've been dishing out the classics. They put out Idia, Zydom the animation. They put that on there. I was watching Dominion Tank Police. That's another classic. They had Gunsmith Cats on there, so I was watching that. Yeah, PMC. He's great. Ain't seen him in a while. Mostly because I've been keeping weird hours to begin with. Like y'all know I've been working. Still dropping quote battles. Still occasionally freestyling. Trying to make their head travel. Make their head rattle. But I don't know. I'm just spitting weirdness from the skull. Some of them say that it is from my soul. But no, because I can put that crap right in control. Oh, man, or I can get the spirit to beg forgiveness, but then again, I'm irritated by all the witness that I can always spit upon. So that's the song. But I don't really know what's right. Don't care what's wrong. I'm just gonna keep on wandering like the dark man. Oh wait, I meant the man in black that fled across the desert. Randall Flagg or Walter O'Dim, same old guy that was chasing Rolling the Shane up in the Dark Tower. It was so insane. Played by Idris Elba, and he was the man. Why did that movie suck? Because they weren't playing. They didn't even care about the adaptation anyway. They didn't even start with the best part, where the man in the desert was running across the dark and the gunslinger followed. That was the best part. That was the opening fucking motto or something like that. Anyways, curate a soundtrack for any anime. Well, that depends. Because you know who had a really good soundtrack, whether you use the English soundtrack or the Japanese soundtrack, was the Street Fighter 2 animated movie. Like Street Fighter 2 animated movie had, like, if you did the American one, where English dubs, they used a lot of industrial and like grunge music of the era. So it came out sounding immaculate. The Japanese one sounded just as good. Because there's a lot of good groups out there. Like one of my favorite groups to come out of Japan is X Japan. And Moi Des Moi, even though I probably say their name wrong every time. Plus, I don't curate soundtracks. Unless I'm watching something and don't got no music, then something might pump into my head. And I'll be like, you know what would fit here? Like, that's the only way I can see myself doing it. That way I would do it justice. That way, I'm not taking a dump on it. Hold on. All right, sorry. Yeah, Aphra, Ashiru, that would work. It really just depends on where you're going. You know who I wouldn't use? Lupe Fiasco. You would think I'd go with Lupe Fiasco, but nah. But that's only because, like, have you ever seen the man with the iron fists and like Kill Bill? You know, RZA did the soundtrack for Kill Bill, the first one anyway. All the sound effects and everything. Why? Because how could you not get the Wu-Tang Clan involved? And in The Man with the Iron Fist, he did the soundtrack and wrote the movie. But that's because not only does RZA have a deep love for it, but he doesn't seem like the kind of person that'll criticize you for not having all the knowledge on it. He won't feel superior to you for like that. Because every rapper loves them some anime and they love them some cartoons. That's why almost every rapper has some cartoon reference. Heck, there was DJ Green Lantern, for crying out loud. Yes, that would work. But you get what I'm saying? I want people that love it but aren't going to be condescending to newbies. I hate when people treat newbies like badly. I hate when they go noob, and I'm like, yeah, he's a noob. It's all right to tease him a little. It's all right to haze him, but don't disregard him. Because there's some people like myself who grew up. I made a whole video about it called Po Kid Geeking. I couldn't afford to purchase all of this stuff. I got it where I could get it. I read all about mangas in libraries and video stores, libraries and bookstores. I rented my anime, and if I couldn't afford it, luckily there were some libraries here that had them. That's why I have such a weird set of taste. So never begrudge somebody that gets into something that you're into. And I think as a senior, you're supposed to guide. Help them. Don't throw your weight around. Why am I talking like I'm a freaking preacher? I have no idea what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. Oh, it's your birthday month? I thought your birthday was in like 20 days or 10 days. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. But I haven't done that since my 21st birthday. I remember we was in a car and I turned 21 in the car. We were on a freeway headed out to California for a big show. Yeah, they do their birthday months out there, like, you know. But also, I don't know. Yeah, see? Like, they do their birthday about a month. So, like, when it's your month, you go all out for the whole thing. I would do that, but I don't want to spend 31 days remembering that I got older. I'm already old. See? I knew it. I can't set my phone down, though. Because this grill, the grill where I sit it down on, is extremely wet. Oh, yours was last month? Happy belated. Ah, yes, Prince Paul, Mega Ran, MC Frontalot, Jean Grey, Whitey Cracker. You know, that was the nerdcore I knew. That was the geek rap I knew back in the day before the anime raps. It was like the nerdcore. You know, the pioneers, MC Frontalot, Optimus Rhyme. Like I said, Whitey Cracker, those people. Oh, and even MC Chris. Yeah, no, of course. No problem, Caitlin. Like I said, you've always came to this boring channel and hung out with me for some unknown reason. And I appreciate that. Just like I appreciate mine and I appreciate PMC. But the problem I got with mine is that I always figure I'm messing her name up. I don't know if it's mine, Mihine, Mihinai, Mahane. I don't know. Oh, your birthday was last month. Happy belated birthday. Ah, you're a 36-year-old samurai. Huh. So by that logic, you should have already written a bunch of scrolls, started a couple of schools, and then disappeared in the mountain to write your manifesto. And you only got a few years before you have to do it like Wasashi Mimoto. Even though I was kind of more of a Hattori Hanzo fan, but yeah, I like all of them. I don't have a favorite samurai, retainer, or nothing. I just like feudalism. I even like some medieval knights, like Sir Gallant. You know, the warriors like Shaka, Squanto, everybody. You know, I just like seeing all of that. I have none of that. I'm what you call a vagabond, a Ronin vagabond, except I'm not really a Ronin because I don't sell out to the highest bidder. Ah, well, it depends on what you're looking for. Just don't do anything cheesy like the guiding light or toward the rising sun dojo, because that just feels weird. Just like as much as I love the wandering warrior, it's a trope at this point and it's become cliche. However, however, cliche also means tried and true. It only becomes a cliche because it works, right? Nothing becomes cliche because it doesn't work. Let's face it. I guess my sword would be my pen when I sit down and write and when my lyrics begin. Then I swing with the chef like a thousand of men that come up in this place and destroy stuff without no demands. And my staff would be the microphone I hold in my hand. So I don't really know what I'm doing while I'm wandering the land. But when I rhyme, that's just me. That's my martial arts peak. And I summon all of the warriors and the spirits that go above me and some of them below me. I don't know. But I'm not as arrogant as Sun Wukong, but I still go on and do my stuff till I'm wrong. And I don't know how I sing this song, but I just spit. That's just how I am. I guess my samurai's a lyricist. But then again, I'm a wandering roamer because I don't have nobody that I'm retained under. I don't got nobody to run from. I don't got nobody I got to commit seppuku for. And the only thing that I got to do is keep on roaming the land some more until the day that I finally go out and I die in a tree. Then again, I'll still pass on these lyrical philosophies and soliloquies. Keep on doing this stuff, and it's an ill to me. And that's just how I always been an ill patient, Mr. Anubis D. Wicked. Or something like that. Actually, my favorite name for a sword has always been, and this is like they do it in every Squaresoft game, but it's been a sword. And Wolverine used the sword on Sabretooth, the Masamune. The only sword that could take out anyone with a healing factor. Well, my name used to be D Wicked. I became a new bus later. So then somebody put my name as Anubis D Wicked, and I kind of always stuck with it because it represents my id and my ego. But it's kind of funny because, it's I think that the D actually came from Vampire Hunter D. I know the Wicked represents the Wicked City, which I always call Las Vegas. I don't ever ask nobody this stuff, but what did y'all think of that quick little flip freestyle? I actually concentrated without using a pen. Yeah, Green Destiny. The good names you don't farm for, the great names come to you. It'll hit you in a dream. Yep, I remember. Funny thing is, he wasn't even like one of the first samurai rappers. That goes to the Wu Tang Clan, Mister Chess Boxing. Well, they were the Shaolin monks, the 36 degrees, the 36 chambers, the chessboard. Like they've always had a full kung fu philosophy, and they've been gangsters. So it's like that's why I say it's not fair to like he feel it's like it's kind of like when Tom McDonald told me when Tom McDonald says he's the first political rapper. No, you're not. Lupe is not the first nerd rapper. There were plenty before him. Special Ed was a nerd rapper to me, but the ladies loved him and he could dance. Now you're just making me sound like I'm hating on Lupe Fiasco, which I am not. I'm loving the guy. I just don't like when people try to hold themselves above. It's one thing to believe you're the absolute best rapper. You're supposed to. Because what did the homie say? If you in this he's like, I'm in a competition, but I'm not here for the crown. If you ain't here for the crown, then why are you in the competition? Hold on, PMC. I got to do something for you. Oh heck yeah! You're talking to a guy who grew up listening to Brother Lynch Hung, so I know about controversy and polarizing. Sorry, I just been seeing a lot of them lately, and it's like some of the stuff ain't been too positive. But what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was trying to ask you, what did you think of the random bars? Yeah, it's different when they know, and it's okay to be that way, but also still be better. Oh, why I don't have money. The guy I was supposed to do that with, he's in New York. He was out there for a bit. I'm going back to my city in the week. I found out my little cousins and stuff, they all hitting studios and stuff. They all doing shows. So I know my cousin, he was out there for a minute. My cousin Fly, he was like, "We need you in the studio." I ain't been to Vegas in a couple of years, so I might. You never know. If I knew how to do it. That's why I just freestyle. Like like I'm setting up stuff here so that whenever I'm streaming and whatnot, I have the beat playing like around me, and I'll just start spitting random bars to that. Oh yeah, I know. It's GarageBand, Fruity Loops. Heck, my first thing I forgot what it was recorded on, but it was the worst of the worst. I was still learning, but I did it. Stolen beats, all that. I have cringe raps out there, everything. My own EP, I don't know. I might. I always wanted to do the Wicked City, but I'm a lot older now, so I don't do like I'm not into a horror mindset no more. I've grown up, so now it's like me trying to faction in that. But like I said, I don't know. I might do something, I might not. I want to, but every opportunity I got to get to a studio, it either crashes through, or there's nothing to do, or they got no clue on how to handle the fool. Because most of these fools want to trap, they want to bust out gangster rap, they want to do that boom bap, but they don't want to do that weird slap, that weird crap that'll make person to think or maybe take a drink or make them think about their own lifestyles and their own philosophies. Instead of trying to jump on a bandwagon and hang on to some stuff, trying to stay strong instead of doing their own thing and making sure they got it all along, just being them without no auto tune, without any other stuff that'll make them look like they're just trying to ride a wave with someone else that's much cooler than themselves. And instead of being themselves, they try to be somebody else. And that just ain't never been me. That ain't never been the D. I've always been the weird guy. I'm always out of my tree. I'm kind of misanthropic and I'm also kind of crazy, but I'm also really photogenic when I say my phrases. And the camera hates me, but it always gives me a kiss. And every time that I ever flipped on stuff, I always cause them bliss. And that's why when I do these freestyles up on these streams, you'll hear them once, you'll hear them twice, and you'll never hear them again. Hey, you better not say that about him when Easy's around. They're actually friends. Plus, Spose ain't bad. I like I'm awesome. Well, because nobody knows how to do that happy medium of lyrical rap. Like when you're on YouTube, you see a lot of YouTube rappers and they're always trying to be hyper technical in their stuff. That's why they always had a lyrics on screen. I love when they had the lyrics on screen for the visualizer videos. And then they'll show you the words that they use to do the double entendre. And they're trying to do all this stuff instead of just like they got all the skills to pay those bills. But you know what they're missing? They're missing the sauce. They're missing the seasoning. Like you got all the ingredients, but you're missing the seasoning to make that chicken pop. That's just me though. What do I know? Like when I see a lot of the drill rappers and stuff, a lot of like Out of all the drill rappers, there's only a few of them that actually have talent. But that's not me dissing on them, and that's why I'm not saying nothing negative. But you can tell the ones that actually care about their bars and the ones that are just kind of there for a wave. I mean, you could just make the chicken, and it's chicken, it'll come out good. But where the seasoning's at? What you gonna do to spin on this chicken to make this chicken unique to you? Exactly. And plus, when you've done it all, then yeah, he's allowed to be. He can do all that hyper technical stuff. But he made it to the point where he can do that. Just because he can do it, don't mean it's to be done by everybody. Like, okay, here's a good example. Have you heard that song, "Proud of Me"? I just heard it. It was by a guy named Friday, Philadelphia rapper, featuring Meek Mill, and it was like amazing because Meek Mill, everybody on the internet can make fun of him all they want, but one of his realest verses because he was talking about losing his father and losing Snoopy Badass. Have you heard that song though? That song goes so hard, and he wasn't doing all these crazy flips and stuff. This was Pain Meek Mill. This was Dirty Braids having Meek Mill. This was that young Meek Mill. Yeah, it's called "Proud of Me." It's very good. But Meek Mill, like, he stole the show. When he said, "Scared to see your grave because I might cry while I'm digging," I was like, yeah, that was hard. Yep, Dirty Braids, Meek Mill. Boondocks. That was the Meek Mill, though. Remember, that's the one that everybody wanted to see. And also, it's just me, or maybe a lot of people saw it. The one thing I noticed about him on this particular record, on this song was he's laying it off for you. Of course, you guys are gonna think he's weird and all this stuff. It has nothing to do with losing Drake, losing his dad. He didn't have nobody to guide him through that. That'll mess you up when that's who you look for, or your mom or somebody important to you. You lose them, it does mess you up, and you're trying to navigate, and you ain't really got nobody around them. I don't think that'll be like, hey man, you shouldn't be doing that, or hey man, So what else he gonna do? Of course, he's gonna crash out. But once again, that's just me. And what I say here is not true because I never know what I'm talking about. I'm just venturing guesses. I might. I might. I was listening to this dude named Contrast who started off as an anime rapper, but now he's like doing like Brooklyn drill. He's pretty good at it. I've just been catching up on. I just been, I've been trying to find just some decent music videos and whatnot, and I try my best to like. I watch some reaction videos, but I get tired of them pausing. And dude, he said right there. I'm like, yeah, we literally just heard him say it. You don't have to repeat what he said. Worse than a substitute pimp or an assistant pimp. And that's one thing I've always been afraid of. Is somebody to do a reaction to my bars. Because my bars aren't there to make sense. Because I rap like I'm Chino Marino from the Deftones sometimes. It's always vague emotion. Uh-oh. Let me see something. Oh, I love that. You missed the bars. Um, yeah, that happens. Or sometimes it feel like they pause it too well. And I'm like, I feel like you heard this song before. How you doing, Royal? Is it Orakzad? Is it Orakzad or Urukzadeh? I don't know how to say it properly. I'll just call you Royal. Oh man, I randomly mod people. I don't even be knowing I did it. Besides that, let me check something. I was checking to see if it's finna rain right now where I'm at, because I might have to leave. Yep, it's about to start a drizzling. It's a shame too. I was having a good time, but I do have to go. It's gonna rain soon. It's gonna be all over my phone, and then I can't do nothing. But I will tell y'all this: y'all go out, y'all have a good time. Go check out some other people that actually make content. Because right here, this ain't no content. Because I ain't no content creator. I'm just a dude who talks too much. But I wish y'all much love and peace out. Okay, take care, everybody. Stay safe and blessed.